So you were saying that the 853 club was really small in Hong Kong, but it's quite amazing that you got it to Hong Kong in the first place.
Well, we do have an 853 kamikaze stage diving division in Hong Kong, which is nice. More than anything, you've got to understand is that the 853 is our fan club, okay? We named them the kamikaze stage diving division because of their level of devotion to us. When we were doing concerts in the UK and we were doing concerts in Europe, we had kids crowd surfing, stage diving, do perfect swan dives off the stage. You know, it was a beautiful amount of devotion. So instead of just calling them the Others Fan Club, we called them the 853 Kamikaze Stage Diving Division.
I didn't realise that.
And the Hong Kong division is led by a guy called Chung. Chung is a loyal member. He's been with us for about a year. And what he tries to do is raise awareness of the others in Asia. I know that he's managed to make some interludes into Singapore, but with regards to Thailand, I don't know how strong our 853 fan base is out there, but I'd like to think as we come to Japan in the summer, the album is released on a scattered release globally. We'll be picking up friends across the board.
I mean, like as I understand, in the early days, you wanted to, you know, you wanted to let it grow, and you said that
Certainly grown.
and it's certainly grown. And you said something like, and I've got the quote somewhere, but something like
26,000 records in the UK, so our 853 is pretty strong.
Yeah, something about when there get too many people to care for, and if it grows like it might, you're going to have to think of better ways to make sure there's equality so no one gets left out.
Yeah, I mean it gets more of a challenge every week. I just can't physically take the amount of phone calls on both phones anymore because of the level of time I have available. I mean, I ain't got much time anymore. The reason why I ain't got much time is because we're on tour in Europe, and we're on tour in the UK, and we're going to Japan, and we're doing lots of festivals, we're working on a second album, and we're writing, and we're going through a very prolific period of our careers. So the last couple of months it's been hard to get in contact with me. I'd say on that phone up there there's possibly about 2,000 kids that can still get in contact with me on a day-to-day basis. But the other phone number is open up to new people. It's available on websites. It's been on sporadically for the last couple of months because I haven't had the level of time to open myself up to new people because I've been working so hard on other things, and I've had to care for my loyal 853, sort of the original 2,000 kids. But obviously as time allows me, I'll be opening up both of the phones again. And at the same time, they can still get in contact with me on a day-to-day basis via the website. I answer every single personal message that's sent to me via our website. So, you know, they've still got that way of contacting me until the second phone's on. And if they're really desperate to get in contact with me, there's many of the 853 that know me that will give my personal telephone number to them if they need to talk to me about anything. You know, it's just trying to balance your time in the best way so you don't go mad.
I mean, I also heard about the story of, you know, a friend of yours, I can't remember his name actually, but he, something like he got arrested for stealing somebody's funded drug habit.
Yeah,
you and your manager managed to stop him from going to jail, and he's reformed, and you know, I mean, deep down he was a really nice guy at the end of the day. And I mean, that's really fantastic achievement, and really.
The way I look at it is that he came to me period where all he had in his life was a legal aid lawyer. The legal aid in this country, they don't give a monkeys. They're getting paid. They don't care whether you go down or whether you stay out. They don't care. Because all they care about is getting paid. These to them are open and shut cases. But I could see that Anthony was a very intelligent chap, very articulate, good talker, and also really I could see he just had, because I've had addictions myself to drugs, but I've always gone to work to spend money to pay for my addiction, so everything I've ever done has always been paid for by me. I've never stolen, never borrowed, I've always just done it myself. But Anthony had obviously gone down a different road. So I got him involved with a drugs counsellor. I got some work experience for him at our management company. I gave a reference, my manager gave a reference, I got my lawyer to give a reference. We set him up with a return to work program when he would come out, a return to work program as soon as the trial would finish. We set him up with contacts through agencies that would help him return to work. And we established a portfolio for him that would show there's a support network around him that would prevent him from going to jail if he could be electronically tagged, which I saw as the best situation around this, that a boy didn't need to go to jail for 3 months for stealing 10,000. All he needed to do was to pay back the company the £10,000, get electronically tagged, go on a drugs rehabilitation program, and at the same time proving there was a support network around him to prevent him from going to jail. Luckily the judge agreed with me and everything was okay.
Also, he also got something like 50-something text messages from the 853.
Yeah.
So
We're a community.
Exactly. So, I mean, in regards to the statement earlier, what you have achieved in such a time, you've built up so many people, is you've actually created a support network.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. If the right support's not there, you can end up in some really crazy situations before you know. And so, yeah, sort of things like that. Another kid, Tom in Middlesbrough, when I met him, he smoked hash and grass every day. Right? He was 16 years old, and he wasn't in school. And I'm like, Tom, why aren't you in school? And he explained he'd been expelled from 2 schools. So we spoke to his parents, and we got hold of his education authority.
Did the parents think it was a bit strange,